Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grove.
What is
Babypunch
up?
here with Samichpunch. What's up, DFK fam? We got a sweet stream for you guys tonight.
Yeah, we are headed to. I know we missed DFK Day, which sucks. Sucks really bad. But we're headed to ETH Denver tomorrow. Pretty stoked about that. We'll at least have a weekend of playing computer games and Dota without the kids.
Oof, it's gonna be a good time.
So that'll be good. If anybody's
Yeah,
there,
we're stoked.
hit us up on Twitter and we'll have to meet up.
So we'll give it a couple minutes before we jump into things. But we've got we're gonna be doing some summoning. We're gonna go over some of the AMA notes as well as the alpha dropped at DFK Day in Denver. So it'll be a good stream. For anyone who doesn't kind of know, this isn't the podcast section. We're doing kind of a casual stream, just kind of more hangout. We'll do some playing as far as what we do, questing, go over some mechanics. Kind of when our stream lands, we might go over some of the AMA notes. So this one is not a set in stone format as far as when it will happen. We've both kind of got busy schedules and it's kind of hit and miss for us. So these streams kind of happen just whenever we can squeeze them in.
Yeah, I wanted to just flag this comment real quick. I want to come back to this one once we get through like our summons and stuff. I think this is an interesting question. So Boris asked if PvP would be a potion spamming, and he spends the most win. So yeah, let's put a pin in that. I definitely want to talk about that.
I have the exact same question. That's definitely a topic.
Sweet. All right, you want to kick it off?
Yeah,
Let's get
so
some mythics and legendaries.
Give me the goods. So I've got 2 Gen Zeros here, and I decided I'm gonna go with a thief. And I ran some of these matches in Discord, and I'm just gonna go with this floor.
When he says
5.
Discord, by the way, guys, he's talking about HeroBot in Discord.
Yep. Yeah. So in the DFK Discord, there is a bot channel that you can go, and the search function is match /match, and you can put in 2 heroes. It'll give you your percentage chance of summoning outcomes, including advanced, elite, and transcendent classes, so as well as the professions. So I'm gonna roll with this thief right here. He's level 5. I will be able to add tiers for both of these guys. So you can kind of see here when you add tiers. Let's just double check here. So looks like strength is its highest stat, so it added 1 to strength. And down here, dexterity is my hero's highest stat, so it added 1 to dexterity. No enhancement stones. Let's go. Show me something good. Dude, I am kind of stoked for Denver. You're muted.
Wow, I'm an idiot. Jeez. I was going to say, summoning just never gets old. It's like 10-year-old me opening up a pack of Pokemon boosters.
Exactly. This is opening the Pokemon cards back when we were
in the parking lot of Walmart.
Oof, didn't even get to the car, dude.
Yeah.
Second you stepped out of that store, it was busting those things open.
Sorry for my cough, guys. I've had a cough for like 4 weeks. I should probably go to a doctor.
Yeah, would you figure that out? Come on, baby.
Nice.
What?
Okay, what?
What is the odds? Okay.
Hey, let's go.
A rare 10 out of 10. Brrr, forging.
Gardening.
Oh, gardening.
A
Okay.
strength, a rare strength knight. Man, that's awesome. That's a win. That's a big win.
This, yeah, that's a win. I'll take rare. Rare knight's good. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, let's go do one of yours, and then I'll find my second pair.
Yep. Anybody who's watched my streams before knows this pair that I like to, or that I'm always using. It's my DR1 Archer Thieves. So, oh geez, sorry, had my filters on wrong. So it's this bad boy. I do not have level 5s yet. I have some, but not on my Gen Zeros.
Scrub.
Babypunch is way more efficient with his questing, so I don't have the option to do the boosted tiers here. So D dominant thief, recessive R1 thief, and a dominant archer and recessive R1 archer. So these two have almost a 22% chance to pull Dark Knight, whereas if you had no recessive aligned genes, it would be closer to 15%. What the heck? Proof contracts. Let me oh geez. Let me I'll swap back. Why don't you go use I'm like logged out of MetaMask. I don't even know how that worked. So let's go back to your other one. I'll log in and get it.
All right. Oh, I've got let me do some. I want to run a quick match and just see here. Half tempted to grab this legendary, but yeah, I don't know. That's probably not a great call. Okay, we're gonna stick with the floor here. So my archer is a gardener. I do want to grab a level 5. So let's grab.
Keeping track of some of you guys' comments. I do want to come back to these. So Gatrinos, Crypto Hammer. So I'm kind of pinning these on our little stream thing, and we'll come back to those. Have you picked one? I'm ready to go now.
Okay.
Do you want me to summon? If you're about to go, just go ahead.
Yep, I've got it. Let's hit it. Okay, so we are gonna boost tiers. Again, strength. Oh, luck is the highest. Interesting.
That's a level 5 hero.
Yeah.
Those are pretty terrible stats for a level 5 hero, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry, Space Cowboy. I don't mean to throw shade on you, but if 15 is your highest stat for a level 5 hero you've had.
Yeah.
I mean, what that means is it's not like a min.
10.
You don't have very like min-maxed rolls. It's all like really averaged out, but those are not great stats.
Yeah.
Let's see. While you're summoning that, Melvin asks, how do you check recessive genes again? So Melvin, you can check those at dfkprofessions.com. You can check it at kingdom.watch, which is a Mag's website, and there's a hero watch. You can just type in any hero ID. Also, there's hero bot. Hero bot in Discord.
Going for the bane of the existence, huh, Babypunch?
Archer Gardener.
Archer Gardener.
You know what those are though?
Over it.
Those are now you should just call those Crystal Bell Gen Zero raffle tickets.
That's exactly right. More raffle tickets.
Keith, Hero Burn. We're gonna touch on that after we finish our summons up. We're gonna go through the alpha drops.
Come on, baby. Don't show me that bow. Show me the spiky sword. There's the bow. There it is. You cursed me. Gosh, dang it.
All right. Let's see what it is.
Whoa, okay. What? That came out of nowhere. All right. DeFi
Dude, that's huge. So that's really big because
the odds of that were low.
That's awesome because that's good. That's great, like Dark Knight summoning material.
Yeah, that is one.
Green strength buff and the mining.
Green strength, dexterity. Let's
All
go.
right. I can pull up
2
mine.
rares. That is a great
That's
round
huge,
of summoning.
man. That's really big. All right. So let's hit these 2 up.
You did not curse me. Thanks, dog. Cheers to you.
Heck,
No Dark Knight, but
jeez.
I'll take that.
Are you on mainnet? What are you using?
You struggling over here?
Yeah, it's still like coming up with contract approvals.
It's on Fuzz. Just approve it. Have you? It's
I've
probably
tried.
because you got to approve. Really?
Alright, you know, I'm just gonna reload here.
Ryan Time Strategy just bought his first hero today. Congrats, man.
Dude, congrats.
Yeah, it's not a small barrier to
There we
entry
go.
into the game, so that's a big investment.
This is my favorite summon pair, man. 60 Jewel. Like I could
Yeah.
summon
Oof.
literally anything
All
and
day long.
and it's profitable.
High chance of Dark Knight. Let's get it.
Hey, Raph, what's going on, man? Raph here from DeFi Kingdoms Adventure. Guys, if you don't know about their podcast, you should definitely subscribe. They have a lot of
Definitely.
really good information they drop. I love listening to their podcast. It's him and Neindorf. They're on Spotify, Anchor, and I believe YouTube as well. So it's Adventures in DeFi Kingdom if you haven't. We've also got Jewelcast, which they've got usually a weekly episode that's a lot of fun to listen to. All right, let's see here. Come on, Dark Knight.
Let's go.
Fat Unicorn, let my 5-year-old summon for me today and pull the legendary pirate. Nice.
Oh,
Thief. All right.
thief.
Common Thief.
Womp womp.
Mining. Common Thief mining.
That's.
Hey, maybe your archer and my thief can
You know
make
what?
babies.
I accept that brothel
You
invitation.
accept that solicitation.
I will meet you in the brothel.
All right. This is my wizard. She has mining endurance, and so I've had pretty good luck just pairing her with some non-mining knight warriors. So, do you actually mind just pulling up Hero Watch for me real fast?
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to do it before this. So let's go to Gen Zeros. We'll go limit to knights and warriors. All right. Could you just check like?
Yeah, I'll pull it up in Discord. I'm way more proficient.
Okay.
Here.
Do you want to check 437? You know what? I'll just check some of these too. Oh.
What's your hero ID?
Oh, I was just saying. I just want to see the recessives.
Oh, you just want to see the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So check 437. There are better ways to search for this. Okay, so I'm probably actually just going with this guy. He's a warrior. He's a warrior dominant and a knight recessive 1. So if either one of those pull, actually, and a warrior R2, it's like an insta buy for me. You don't even need to check that one. So what that means is if he's dominant, like around a 72-ish% chance that warrior pulls through, but also like
That's
a 22% chance that knight pulls through.
That's
so actually, I mean, I just want to show how this works. For anybody, let's do it real quick. 951 and 834. Come on. Kyle Burke, summoning only for mining trait over an advanced class summon. Yes, that is because my wizard has no recessive wizard genes, and my odds of pulling a summoner are like 15% usually. So very low, and what I get usually isn't great. Whereas if I pull a knight or warrior with mining, oops, why is this not pulling up? If I get a knight or warrior with mining, it's way more valuable. So right here, if you look at this, with this pair, I actually, because my wizard has a recessive warrior gene, I actually have a higher chance to pull warrior and knight than I do any, like, and combined, that's a 50% chance over
Yeah,
wizard.
wow.
And then mining is tied with fishing for the highest, so let's go.
Said it. Are either of those level 5? 4s?
Still level 4s, man.
Come on. Don't act like you got a busy job.
For real. Yeah, I should probably be careful what I say in case somebody at my somebody at my job maybe is like into DeFi Kingdoms.
He's
They're gonna be
announcing his resignation.
I saw you on this podcast, and
you were talking about when you were quitting.
you were saying you wished
gonna
you
let
could
you go
quit.
now.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we want knight or warrior.
Yeah, I mean even like floor knight warrior miners are really valuable.
Oh,
because
they're
you can
huge.
summon. They're so cheap. A Gen 1 is so cheap to summon with compared to other generations. Okay.
There it is.
All right, mining. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Common. Okay, I'm okay with this. Fishing. Dang it.
Whoa.
All right. Let's see. What did I pay for that? 75?
75
Let's just
jewel.
see what that runs for real fast.
You'll
10 summons,
definitely break even on that.
84. Here's like the same thing, a foraging fishing knight, 84. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'll just summon a bunch with it.
Hey, you know what that is?
Crystal Veil Gen 0.
That is raffle tickets right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of raffle tickets, so at the DFK day in Denver, they went through and dropped some major alpha on Perilous Journey, on land tournaments, and let's see, what else did they talk about?
Land tournaments was more on the AMA, I thought, on Monday, but
oh yes, it was.
I took some notes here. We'll come to this. Champion Scholarship System, Perilous Journey. I'm gonna skip over this picture. Oh, I want to talk about that later. So, Champion, they talked about PvP a bit too. I was really surprised. Sorry, seeing if I got a jackpot here. I was really surprised to hear that PvP was coming out because for some reason my mind had in my mind that PvE was going to come out first.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's that way on their roadmap.
The roadmap.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to share the article maybe and start?
Yep. So should we go over a few of the AMA, or should we just go right into
Let's
the
hit the AMA. I feel like we can.
Okay.
Some of the AMA stuff was, and then we can hit some of these questions too. I've pinned them, so I'll if you want to share the article or something on your screen.
Okay. So, Samichpunch put this together for us. Let's see. So let's go over a few of the big topics here. So Perilous Journey. They talked about. Let's see.
I think that one we can get into on because we get a lot more detail on that from DFK Day. But the land tournaments.
Land tournament was big.
Yeah.
So no announcement as far as when, but they did say kind of a rough format. So, it's going to be what they call it, idle.
Well, it'll be like player versus player, stat based.
Yeah.
Like idle combat.
Yeah, so, idle combat.
I think what I envision is like a rock paper scissors kind of a thing almost. Like I think the image they shared, if you scroll down, they share, or was it up? They share an image about like the teaser, and it says like competition of strength or something like that.
Let's see.
Picture.
Did you have it here? Oh, this one.
Yeah, the contest of strength.
Yeah.
And like you see, it's like three wins for Atlas, 1 for Cool Dude. So probably like some sort of a 3 out of 5, best 3 of 5 system. And
well, they
maybe...
said 7 matches. A tournament's going to consist of
7 matches.
Yep.
Okay.
So best of 7 matches.
That's
right.
right. That's right. So
that'll be interesting.
Honestly, we don't know what that's going to look like exactly, but my guess is it'll be like, maybe it'll be one competition will be like, all right, who has the highest agility? Go. Who has the highest luck? And then, you roll whoever, one of your 3 heroes will go up. And I don't know if you get to choose or not, but it will be, so it won't be combat, but it will just be based off of stats. So they're just going to have to do some sort of roll based off of the stats between the 2 heroes. Somebody asked earlier, and maybe this is a good time, Boris, on today's agenda, will PvP be a potion spamming? So, I mean, land tournaments it's PvP in the sense that you're fighting against somebody else, but I don't know, what do you think, Babypunch?
Honestly, so they put out this little teaser image here of, they talked about travel. They want to integrate travel into the land tournament. We don't know exactly what that means, but based on this image, one could assume that maybe it takes stamina to travel to different lands. So
yeah,
I am
can I
under
add one thing real quick there?
Yeah.
Well, keep going. This is what I totally expect it to be like.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm running under the impression that yes, stamina pots could play a big role in the land tournaments as far as getting out to the far reach lands. Now, I have no clue. That's just kind of what I'm deciphering from this image and kind of what they've done in the past. So it very well could, stamina potions could play a big part in it. But we don't really know.
I think that because they said they want to get the travel system implemented beforehand, and that all came up, if I recall, in the context of like, is it going to be just like the guy with 3 Dread Knights that just runs around to every single tournament and dominates them all? And they're like, well, no, there's one thing is there's going to be concurrent tournaments, so there's going to be tournaments happening for same lands at the same time, and I'm sure it's going to cost stamina to like enter the tournament. So even if you enter the tournament, you'd have to stamp pot up and go to a different one, but like all the ones that just start at the same time, you'd be ineligible for because you already used your guys on that one. If the travel system is implemented, I think that will add another layer of stamina use. And anybody who's played Heroes of Might and Magic will recognize this image. But the way Heroes of Might and Magic worked, it actually has a map that looks very similar to DeFi Kingdoms in some senses. And to go anywhere on the map, every little like step would take stamina.
Yep.
And I could see that playing out in 2 ways. It takes stamina for every little like place you go, or because the lands are separated into regions. Like if you look at every plot of land, there's a name for the land, but there's also a region. And I could see it being like, okay, if you want to get, if you're down at, or if you're in Sarandel, the capital, and you want to go all the way up to the top left corner, it's going to take you, like, you could go anywhere in that region. Like maybe you won't actually be like moving around everywhere, but your hero will be in a region, and to get to that region costs X amount of stamina depending on how far it is. And if you're at the top left and you want to go all the way to the bottom right, maybe it's even more stamina. Complete speculation, but I could see it playing out that way.
Do you think stamina pots then will have a big impact in the land?
Yeah, because I think so. Because if you're going to one place for land and then you need to travel to another place for land that's for a tournament that's coming up soon, maybe not the exact same ones because you already missed those, but for ones that are coming up really soon, you could stamp pot up and hurry and run over there. So I could see that definitely coming into play.
So what does the big brain play then if that is the case?
If you're not a whale, the big brain play could be to be the guy that supplies shovels to the gold rush.
Bingo.
Stamp
Which
pots.
which is the so what's the hot commodity then? Gold?
That one's hard because your stamina usage on quests, like, you might say like, oh well, gold's the obvious choice, but people who don't have mining and go in the gold mines are way less efficient. It takes them 20% more time. So I think that you just have to run the math.
So gold could be a play then. You'll have to watch.
Yeah.
If you're
I-
watching the value, track it closely.
Yeah,
Could be a play.
gold kind of took a dump over the weekend, if I recall. Yeah, you should always keep an eye on gold. I don't like, it's not my like long term. I would never hold it like a long term play, but actually, well, I'm gonna share my screen on this one real fast, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Also, to go along with your heroes of Might and Magic, if anyone's really old out there, maybe the precursor to that was Heroes of, let's see, what was it? Masters of Magic.
Yeah,
You had
that's
to
like
boot
DOS.
that
That's
game
like,
up in MS-DOS. That is how you got into that
yeah.
game. You got to be an old dog.
All right, so check this out. Look at this. Look at this chart, and tell me what happened last night around 7:30. It was the alpha announcement. So
Yep.
big buy off of gold after the alpha announcement, and obviously a big sell off since. So, keep your eyes open. Like, you see it go down to 12. I say 12. I mean 1.2 cents. Got down to almost 1.1 cents. But yeah, always keep an eye on this. If you're like, yeah, there's just no way I'm ever going to have more than one stamina potion at any time, you could be buying and selling gold. You could be buying and selling. Okay, is there I believe there's a liquidity pool for stamp pots, but I don't know
Is
what
there?
the pool is. Oh, anyways, enough on that. Sorry, I'll send it back over to your screen.
No, you're good. But also they noted, so the times would be staggered for the tournaments, but there would also be congruent tournaments going on. So you can't just have one team go around dominating all the lands. So maybe there's a cooldown period, but they will be staggered. So it should appeal to all those. Let's see, what else did we get into in the AMA? They got into a little bit of crafting as far as what they want. They talked about getting out the first 20 resources for crafting. They're working on those, and they've kind of set aside more advanced questing. So those are kind of taking a back burner.
I found that interesting because I kept asking myself, like, why do we not have the level 10 profession quest yet? Because they've hinted to that multiple times, and it was interesting to hear them say that they haven't released the level 10 profession quest because they want to have new item drops for it, and they need those item drops finalized, and it was the crafting material item drops.
So Raf in the chat said, I can't remember now, will the first round of combat include skill tree, or will it just be a skill challenge? So I know they spoke on this. I believe it was in the alpha announcement.
I don't think we see skill trees until actual combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're saying in the first round of combat, when like PvP tournaments come out, will we have the skill tree?
I don't think they've said, but I doubt it. I doubt skills will be involved in the land tournament.
Yeah, skills. They were, Frisky was very specific when they previously said it will be essentially light combat based on combat stats. So yeah. Yeah, we've got the crafting. I don't know if there's much really to say there. Why don't we go to the crystal, the Perilous Journey?
Oof.
So I actually can share.
Yeah,
you've put a quick table together.
Tables. giving us some numbers here.
So
By
this
the way,
was
they raffled out 2 Gen 0 Crystal Veil heroes. Ooh, should have been nice. Would have been nice.
yeah, I can't imagine there was that big of a crowd there. Nine Dwarf,
Yeah.
are you there? Are you listening to this? I know he was over at DFK Day, but man, that would have been awesome. So, anyways, I summarize it here: 2 tables. We don't know details like quantities and rates, but we do have like some basic things. So, what do you get if you send your hero? You get, and he survives. You get Crystal. You get a Gen 0 raffle ticket. There will be 25 Gen 0s. You'll get a special achievement that will give you access to certain quests later that other people who do not go on this quest will not have. So that's kind of cool. That could open up some cool opportunities. I know on Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, they were talking about in their podcast last night that he could see, or was it? I think Neindorf was saying he could see there being like some really big achievement where you do the Perilous Journey essentially for all 4 expansions and survive all of them.
Ooh.
So that would be kind of a cool idea. And then you get access to a small group of lands that will only be available to survivors, and you get a full XP bar. So what does that mean? How long does it take you to get from level 5 to level 6? It takes me forever to go from level 4 to 5, so I can only imagine from level 5 to level 6. So I will definitely be sending some level 5s in hopes to hit that like ping up to level 6. Like an instant ping, that's like weeks worth of questing for me. Rewards if you die, Jewel. More Gen 0 raffles. So whether you essentially you send a hero, it's a Gen 0 raffle. Survival or dying, like it's a raffle ticket. Runes. They also mentioned that the next level rune will be available if you have at least a level 4 hero that dies. And then you'll also get, if you die, some enhancement stones and attunement crystals. For those who don't remember, enhancement stones are used when you summon, attunement crystals are used when you level up at the meditation circle. Both of these will be based off of the highest stats of the hero that's burned. So that's kind of cool if you think about it. If you're like, okay, like you have like say all your archer gardeners, Babypunch. Let's say they have dexterity, like all of them have highest dexterity because they're archers. Excuse me. If you burn them all and you get a ton of enhancement and attunement crystals, like let's just say you have a legendary or mythic archer, every time he levels up, you're just gonna like be pumping extra dexterity into him. That's expensive, right? You're spending a whole like floor cost hero at least on that, but
so these attunement crystals will be different than the ones we have that are based on HP and mana. These are based on stats.
Yeah. So I think that the way that docs are written, there will be all sorts of attunement crystals. And they'll do all sorts of different things. So I'm not sure how that's going to look in your inventory. Like if you'll have like 10 different attunement crystals based off of different stats, you don't have to mouse over it to see what it does, but we'll see.
I can't remember. I thought I read something about a land raffle for those that got burned, but maybe it was just Gen 0 raffle tickets.
I'd have to look at the article again.
You know, I think it was just Gen 0 raffle tickets.
While we're on this note, I wanted to go back to some of these pinned comments I had. Crypto Hammer, what is the highest level you will send out on the journey? Honestly, I'll send anybody out if it's. I'm not sending everybody. I'm not saying that, but I mean, the higher the level you are, supposedly the better chance of survival as well. So, and honestly, that like full XP bar is a huge deal.
That's huge.
So,
and don't the rewards scale with?
I don't know
the hero as well.
I'm not sure. I would imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine a mythic sage getting the same crystal and raffle tickets as a common. I would imagine those are scaling.
Do you want to talk about the champion system? I don't know that we have much to say. Somebody here, we had Katrina had a question. The champion system that you mentioned sounds interesting. Any speculation from you guys? So, I actually am very unfamiliar with how like scholarships work in Axie and other play to earn games. But this one was really kind of interesting how Dreamer was talking about it. He was saying, you could say somebody who has no heroes could come in and they would essentially have like a prestige level and they'd be like, I think what did he say, like a squire, and you can only take one contract from, like, so say you have a whale who doesn't have enough time to do all these quests. Once it gets much more complicated, you're not just doing the profession quests, and if land travel costs stamina, you're sending guys all over the map and it just gets, it's going to be burdensome. They're saying like, okay, as a squire, maybe you could take on one contract, and then as you get more and more prestige, you become a contender or whatever the name will be, and then you could take on 10 contracts. So I think this is a cool system. I don't know how you would enforce some of it. Like they mentioned, um, what was it? They were saying like, hey, like you send these 10 guys out. I don't know how the smart contract would like be able to enforce like, oh, they didn't, they weren't efficient with their questing, so do they not get the bounty?
I bet there's got to be you need to hit X percentage of efficiency. You've got to be 80% efficient in order to, maybe it's a scale. Maybe if you're below that, you qualify for 50% of the bounty in Jewel
Yeah,
that you
maybe
would
you can set
establish.
that too.
But I've got to imagine that, like you said, there's, this particular person has a 99% efficiency in questing. And then they talked about guilds and how a lot of guilds might be hunting for people who are really efficient in questing in this scholarship program. Bring them on. That could be a huge incentive. I'm excited for guilds too. Guilds could play a big part.
Yeah, guilds will be sweet. I wanted to go back. I forgot one thing. So, who was it here? Keith asked, "Do we know the hero burn rate?" We don't know what it is, but we know the bare bottoms. Like the worst chance of survival will be a basic common with 35%, and then it will just scale up from there based off of your class. So like ninjas, paladins, summoners, those will have a higher chance than any basic class. Then as you go from uncommon to rare to legendary to mythic, you'll also increase your chance. So by that logic, a mythic dread knight would have the highest chance of survival, and we don't know those numbers yet.
35%. You sending people out on 35%?
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking gens. It's like I just summoned 2 common Gen 1 10 out of 10s. Those might be good fodder to just like. I mean, I don't call them fodder. I don't mean to call them fodder, but like I could summon a hero for 32 jewel and maybe just summon a bunch of them. Any ones that are like high rarity, I keep or resell, and then the rest are raffle tickets. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who are like, 35, so 65% chance to lose your hero. I am not doing that.
Yeah. It would be hard to send someone that you've been grinding to level 5 or 6
Oh yeah, especially
and
like if you
lose
have 3
that.
heroes. So if you have 3 heroes, so combat's gonna or PvP is gonna require 3. They said if you have 3 heroes, they're all commons, but they're all level 5. Are you sending any of them?
I am not taking that chance.
Yeah, I don't
Not
think
with
I
a
would
level
either.
5. Those homies are living in Serendel for the rest of their life.
So, I mean, by that logic, does this just become a whales quest?
I don't think so. I think there's going to be people, especially, I mean, if you've got heroes that, I think levels are going to play the biggest factor in deciding if I send a hero out or not. Level 1 hero, send that dude across the fiery bridge. So I don't
Yeah.
got a problem with that. So I mean, anyone can have a level 1, even someone who just jumped in, and it could pan out. They could, if it makes it across, they now have a stack of jewel or crystal. They've got some raffle tickets. It could be a pretty good bounty if you make it across.
Yeah. It'll be, yeah, we need all those numbers. Once we get those numbers, people can start to calculate whether, make calculated risk
Yeah.
decisions. DFK Deuce, it'd be sweet if they calculate odds of survival. I suspect that whatever details they give us, it'll be like pretty clear. I'm guessing there'll be like some sort of table, or you're this class and you're this rarity, this chance for survival. So
Yeah,
we'll
sure.
see. But it'd be sweet if they had it built into the UI where you just like click on it and it tells you. Another thing is they said if you send a Gen 0 cannot die, if I read it right, cannot die,
Correct.
but they will give a slight boost of survival chance to everybody else that you send.
So it doesn't make sense not to send a Gen 0.
Yeah, that's the way I read it. Let's see. What about this one? Are you sending any mythic or legendaries? I have actually. So I've been thinking
Potentially.
about one. There's one that is just like so hard for me to level up, and I just want to send him just to get that extra level.
That
It's
Mythic Dark Knight right there. Are you
Yeah.
sending that bad boy?
I'm considering it. I'll have to see what the like survival rates are. If this is, and it'll depend on the rewards too.
Bro. We have to tell them the story of this. We have to. What day was this?
Was it December?
It was like, was it right around Christmas? No. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
So birthday right around Christmas. He was summoning, and he said, "All right, if I summon a mythic Dark Knight, I will give this to you for your birthday." And then he went pale in the face, thinking,
But let it be known.
Shiz,
let it be known. I was willing to send it to him.
Yeah, like a bro. I'm not gonna accept a mythic Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's a true bro.
But that was.
But yeah. So this,
hard
I
pill.
mean, I don't think I would send these. I guess it depends on the difference in survival rate between a basic and advanced. I don't know, man. I don't know. We just need more numbers, more details.
I'm certain they'll give us all the information, so we're not blindly sending heroes. So we'll know what survival rates are and how it scales with class and rarity.
Skittles. It is not a Wells quest. It is a gambler's quest. I love it.
Yeah, exactly right. Plus, this burning mechanism will inevitably increase all hero values, shouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's just how burning works. It should.
Yeah.
And when you have guys with like hundreds of heroes and they burn half of them, I mean that just unless those guys were not listing any of their heroes, that should have an effect of increasing floor prices.
Mm-hmm. They'll be out looking to replenish the population.
You think increased survival as a group? I mean, it's a little unclear. I don't read the. I think that you'll have to send it all at once because like the way they talk about it is like the Gen 0 will give it to your whole group. So I mean, if they allow you to send at multiple times, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be structured. If it'll be like an open window and you can send multiple times, or if it's just like, here's the day. This is when we're embarking on the perilous journey. You're on the ship or you're not. We'll just have to see how it goes. If it's the latter, no, I don't think you'll get any bonus for going as a group. Mythic Dread. Okay, no, DFK Deuce. But if this were a Mythic Dread, I actually might send it because its survival rate's got to be high. But that was a Dark Knight. I wish it was a Mythic Dread Knight.
I thought I read somewhere that it was a singular event. Like you get one shot, you either choose to send heroes or not. But don't quote me on that. I thought I read that somewhere. I'll have to look through this.
What did you say? Sorry.
That it was a singular event. You either choose all the heroes you want to send. For some reason in my mind, I think it's a singular event, but maybe that's just what I was thinking and I didn't actually read that somewhere.
It seems that's like from a coding perspective, like that would be the easiest way to do it. So, but I don't know. I don't think they've said anything on that. Boris, any idea why they would incentivize summoning, which made 30k summons in 2 weeks, and then a burning incentive immediately after that? Yeah, that's a good question. So for anybody wondering what that he's talking about, there was an airdrop in Snapshot that took place over the course of, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks. And anybody that summoned a hero during that, and for every level that they leveled up for that hero during that period, they got 1 Gen 0 raffle ticket. So he's saying, why would you incentivize people to do all this summoning and now do all of this burning? So on the summoning, and I'm curious your thoughts on this, Baby Punch, but I think my thoughts are like on the summoning, you're trying to incentivize people to like play the game. They're summoning, they're fueling the quest pool. Every time you summon, 30% of that goes to the quest pool. Some of it's going to the bank, some of it's getting burned. And I think the net effect of that will be you summon 30,000 heroes, and maybe only 3,000 of those are like great heroes, and 27 of those are crap. And it's like, not so now it's like we're opening up not just for those 30 that just got summoned, but for the 100,000 before that. Let's just like kind of like filter out some of the crap heroes here, give people some. I think like the attunement enhancement crystals are really cool because now you're going to be able to, like, let's say you get 30 enhancement crystals. It's like, bam, I'm throwing one of those, or attunement crystals. I'm throwing one of those on my mythic Dark Knight literally every single time I level up. And that's just like an extra bonus stat. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I know that announcement came in a timely manner with a big downturn in the market. It could have been just incentivize people to continue to play. I know when everything started tanking in the entire crypto market, there was a lot of bearish sentiment. Are we in a bear market? That's not to say that was their incentive, but it kind of came around that time and it definitely had an impact. People started summoning, people were spending, putting heroes back into the pool. So stimulating the economy more. When people are saving, the economy tends to go down. When people are spending, it stimulates the economy. So it could have had, I imagine it probably had some effect of that really downturn in the market that we're technically kind of still in, but creeping up. So that could have had some effect on that.
That's a good point. Let's just take a couple more questions here. I wanted to see, so Gaudi said here, you can only use one per character. I think he's referring to me using 20 attunement crystals on my, like my mythic. So I know that was the case with the atonement crystals, which were a type of attunement crystal. And I'll be honest, I might have missed that in what they said yesterday, but I didn't think that was generally applicable to every single type of attunement crystal, but maybe it is. And I'm not sure how these attunement crystals will be, because it'll be like one of them will be plus to dexterity because the hero that burned was their highest stat was dexterity, and the next one was strength. So it'll be interesting to see, like, I could see it being like, okay, only 1 plus dexterity attunement crystal per hero, but does that mean you can't also use a plus strength, a plus vitality, plus luck? So I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Mark, okay, how long do you think the Perilous Journey will take? Any chance of being multi-day? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, someone in the chat confirmed that Frisky. Oh,
yeah, they said singular, right?
Yeah, singular event. So I don't anticipate it being a multi-day event. I thought I had heard that somewhere, and it sounds like
somebody said Hubert said it as well.
So if it's a singular event, I imagine it'll probably be, maybe it's a window as far as when you can do it, but I imagine it's probably you get one shot at this, and if you want to do it, send it within this window. And I imagine it's probably as many heroes as you want. and I imagine it probably won't take much time. It'll probably be similar to questing, I imagine. Where
Yeah, I mean,
you could know same day.
if it's just a single deadline, like, hey, you have to, we're embarking on the Perilous Journey at this time, I could see it being, I mean, the contract will kick out the results instantly.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of how much time they want to wait before they tell us.
some
That'll be
stuff.
crazy. Yeah, there's so many like airdrops and stuff coming. It'll be interesting to, like, you know, there's like all that crystal for people. What was it, by like January 21st? Like if you had a mythic hero, you got 16, you know, 8
Oh,
jewel and
yeah.
8 crystal. Like
Mhm.
we're still waiting on all that stuff to come. So, all right, I think that's it. We generally we wanted this to be like our kind of more informal just stream. Maybe focus a little more on Q&A, and mostly it's just to be focused on like game mechanics. So please keep joining, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to join. We obviously don't know, like we don't have like material non-public information, as they refer to it in my line of work, but we're always happy to like speculate and share our thoughts.
Yeah, nothing we say is financial advice. We may give some pointers as far as what we plan on doing, but man, I'll tell you what, we're wrong more than we're right. So it might not be wise to listen to us on all things. But yeah, you're muted.
All right, last question. Inspired here by DFK Deuce's comment. He's saying full send. So you have how many heroes, and how many of them are you going to send? Obviously, I mean, we need the numbers, but like, just like assuming, just make some basic assumptions. Like, are you open to sending everybody? Or are you
Not
like
even close. Not even in that ballpark. Like, I will definitely send some. It'll be a calculated decision based on the numbers they give us and the success rates, and honestly what the rewards are. If I don't get a decent reward for a successful trip over, it's gonna be a tough decision. But I mean, if the rewards are really good and the success rate's decent, then so say if I had 50 heroes, I might send probably at most maybe 15 to 20. Yeah, you're still muted, Doc. You gotta figure that out.
Jeez, it's because of my cough, man. I'll be like coughing up a lung over here, and I don't want to like break everyone's eardrums. My bad. So I have, I think right now I have, with the summons tonight, I have like 85 heroes. I would be open to sending probably like a good like 20 to 30 of those. But again, it's gonna depend a lot on like survival rates.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
And
When
are you
Lantern
sending big heroes?
I will probably send 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody, this is probably like the coolest part of the map. So you should, when land tournaments happen, you should definitely focus here and not up here. Okay. So this area, very cool. Cool area, not cool
Not
area.
cool.
So we'll just end the stream with that. All right. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. If anyone's headed up to Denver or currently there, we will be up there end of day tomorrow and through the rest of the weekend. So feel free to message us in Discord. We'd love to meet up with anyone who's down in that area.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate coming out.
All right. See everybody.